Now to the killing of the UnitedHealthCare CEO. Police said the shooter targeted Brian Thompson at a brazen attack right outside the New York Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan.
And for the latest developments, let's bring in senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky. All right, Aaron, let's just start with what do police know right now about the shooting?
They believe this was not only brazen, but it was premeditated and targeted, not a random act of violence. How do they know that? Because they believe the shooter was lying in wait for a number of minutes outside the Hilton before Brian Thompson crossed 6th Avenue from his own hotel heading into an investor conference. They also found shell casings at the scene with writings, and who takes the time to do that? That's quite a statement. Those writings said the words deny, delay, defend, and depose. Those are words often associated with the insurance industry. It also leads police to believe this was a very personal killing.
And you said that police are calling this a premeditated attack, but detectives are also saying that it doesn't look like it was a professional killer because of the mistakes that were made. But to the naked eye, to the public, it looks like it was very professional.
Well, it does maybe look that way, but and there's no question he was proficient with the gun, and it's a rather unique kind of 9mm pistol, DeMarco. The magazine is in the grip, and it manually cycles. And at one point, you see on video, the gun jams. He quickly unjams it and starts firing again. It appears that Thompson was shot at least twice. There was a third spent shell casing found at the scene, along with 3 live rounds. They also found wrappers, like granola bar wrappers, a water bottle, a cell phone, and authorities right now believe that all of those items can be traced to the shooter.
What other evidence, I know you've talked about some of the evidence they found, what other evidence have they found that is pointing them to who this person might be?
They have a lot of video. They were doing a whole video canvas trying to get a look at the guy with his mask down because he wore a face mask. They found him at about 5 o'clock Wednesday morning on the Upper West Side outside a housing project. Not sure if he was staying there. They have a location that they want to search where they believe he may have indeed been staying on the Upper West Side. But they saw him on video with what looked to be an e-bike battery, and they're wondering whether he may have stashed the bike that he ultimately used to make his getaway in the Central Park.
And Brian Thompson was in town for a conference. I believe he was scheduled to speak that day as well. Did he have any threats against him? Do we know that?
So we're not sure. We asked the police that, and they've been interviewing family members. They've been talking to police in Minnesota, where he lived and where UnitedHealthCare is based. We talked to 3 different law enforcement agencies in Minnesota. None had reported any threats against Brian Thompson. But if you have a look online, there are some unkind things said about him and about UnitedHealthCare, the insurance industry, and so police are wondering if this was some kind of a grudge, either against Thompson personally, the healthcare company in particular, or the insurance industry in general.
I know you said this was a targeted attack, but I mean, the middle of broad daylight in Midtown Manhattan. Are police at all concerned about security and safety in the city this busy time of year?
Well, always, because it's a busy time of year. In fact, just a couple of blocks away by Radio City Music Hall is the Rockefeller Center tree lighting that happened last night, and there's hundreds of thousands of people that were going to be there. So the police made sure to put extra patrols on. They put more people in the subway, but they do not believe this was a random act of violence that should cause the public any concern.
Aaron Katersky, thank you so much for joining us. I know you'll continue to follow this one. Sure.